Hello, Jay Barino here. Welcome back. Playing some more StarCraft Alternate Brood War. We're on the 6th mission of the Protoss Conclave campaign, the Confederacy. With new powers, Duran finds out there are Terrans on Ire. Not Terrans! Citadel of the Executor, planet Ire. Can you feel that, Executor? Terrans are here, on Ire. They have been for some time. Hiding. Terran Commander, it was a mistake for you to come here, for I am Duran, and I am a Templar of the Conclave. Mengsk is Tassadar. I know of you well, Templar. We already met some time ago. I am Captain Mengsk of the Confederate Navy. I remember your valiant exploits when you were once human. Unfortunate it is to see one so proud and skillful succumb to the twisted ways of the alien races. Do not lay your petty judgment upon me, Captain. You'll find my powers to be more than a match for yours. Ah, and what is this? Could it be that your power has diminished since last time we met? How pitiable. Perhaps, Templar. Or is it that I need not waste my time with such a pathetic competition? Ha! Got him! Foolish Terran, prepare your defenses. I will end you soon. Exterminate the Terran intruders. Duran, I sense something strange about this Terran. Perhaps this attack is ill-advised. Alright, hang on. Duran. No new abilities. 600 shields. Phoenix, I've told you too many times now not to impede me, for you do so at your own peril, Executor. Here's what I'm gonna do. Impudent fool, you dare to threaten a Templar? You will be the doom of us all. Hey, we got bananas. Look at this. Wow, this is pretty early to have carriers. We can't even make High Templar. Interesting. My first inkling is to imagine that we won't be able to get the capacity upgrade, but we'll see. We shall see. I got a robo very quickly because, one, I want to see if Reavers are available. I doubt it, because we already have our new unit that is available this time. And second, I want to make a shuttle because there are expansions to take both to the right and bottom. Assuming it's the same, let's actually go look. The macro missions have all been the same so far in this campaign, in the sense of placement, like terrain placement and expansion placement. The Amerigo is different, but these macro missions have been the same. Yeah, and you need a shuttle to get up here. Yep, looks good. And it's still weird placement where you gotta cram a Nexus up there in a strange place. So the question is, how do I want to take these expansions? It's going to be expensive because not only do we need the shuttle, but then we need to defend the area, so we need a forge in order to make cannons. So let's actually make a probe, start a shuttle. This one down here is typically more defended, but it is easier to harvest from. I don't know, maybe we take this one. It's going to be challenging, though, just based on defending the area. Because we have to get cannons set up. I might set up cannons first. That might be a good choice. So let's toss down a forge. I might go 2 forges. It depends if we can get to plus 3 or not. So if you can get to plus 3, then 2 forges is good. If not, then it's pointless. Not necessarily pointless. It will save some time. Okay, so let's grab 2 extra interceptors, because for some reason this one only started with 2 interceptors. Grab a probe. I mean, this is a near-free expansion, so let's head on over here. I'm going to set up cannons, just like sparse cannons along the ledges. If anything, it will deter dropships from getting up there. Let's send Duran down here. Big Duran doing 125 damage. Can't quite one-shot tanks, but he'll do a lot of damage. Okay, so let's set up like pylons back here. 1, 2. Guess we do that. And then, yeah, pylons just along the edges here. What happened? Well, I mean, obviously they scanned him, but, like, what burned through 600 shields? There must have been a bunch of units down there. I don't know. Well, I'm glad. Holy shit. Well, we have a shield battery. We should make some more for him. Okay, what's next? Stargate?
You require more Vespine gas.
We need to get this gas saturated, and we got to start getting some upgrades. Okay. Cannons back here to make sure that they don't drop behind the mineral line. Then we'll start the Nexus itself. If we can hold on to this base up here without it going down, then that's the income that we need. Really, if these 3 mineral patches weren't here, we'd be able to place the Nexus in a better spot, but that's fine. That's fine. Now, our next groups of income are going to be, just starting upgrades and then getting income going here. I guess we're going to need more cannons along the ledges. So I think sometimes they drop, like, right on this edge, so we just want to deter them from doing that. Because the AI sometimes will be judicial with where it decides to send attacks. So, like, it might attack here because it doesn't detect any cannons there or something. So it'll drop asshole units over there instead. Man, Duran, I thought you were the man, and instead you got roasted by the first attack in the map. Throw that down, and I might just grab one more pylon with 2 more cannons further back. The extra cannons really don't hurt. The pylons obviously are helpful as well, so let's do this. And the sooner I can take the other base, the better. Also, we might just want to send Duran down there to do that. Yeah, getting this income going is going to be extremely good. I'm kind of holding my breath because it all depends on where they're going to attack. If they decide to drop up here, then I'm in trouble. I don't have enough defense to push them away.
Not enough minerals.
Okay, again, that might deter them. All right, they're coming from down here. Send Duran in. I don't see a tank. Carriers are surprisingly fragile. It's almost like shocking how easy they do tend to die. So I think I'd like to see if we can get the capacity upgrade. If not, I might make a couple carriers, but they're not that helpful, especially against Terran with Goliaths. Like, they're not gonna be able to do too much. So we'll just get this saturated, and we'll kind of turn our gaze towards the other island in order to take another base. All depends on where. Let's bring a Zealot with us. Let's bring 2 Zealots, Duran, and then the carrier. And then 2 probes to get this other base set up, because we need to clear it out, and I think the only way to do that is with Duran and some extra units. But again, I feel pretty safe now, only because this probably will deter them from dropping. And if there's less defense here, they'll probably just walk their attacks up this way instead. Okay, and let's also grab a Citadel. Pretty slow start here. All right, and then let's hop in here, hop in here. Let's wait for this Zealot. Dragoon range, always a good option.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, and then let's keep making probes over here. I'm a little nervous about the defense in my main base. I should be a little more careful. Whoop, hang on, let's wait. Let's push this back.
Your orders,
Probes can stay in here. That's fine. This is another one where I might just like walk down there with Duran and then end up getting killed.
Your orders.
Let's save.
It will be done. So be it.
I mean, he could take a lot of heat. Wow, are they running? Are they fleeing? I would too. I'd be scared. All right, hop them in. Hop on in. Let's go take this base. What's down here? Oh, a scout. Okay. Let that guy walk up the ramp. It's fine. Citadel of Adun. Zealot legs. And let's see how this goes. This This might be okay. Again, I expect Duran can probably handle this himself, but... Okay, one of my probes died, but that's okay. So we're going to set up a nexus closer to the minerals than the gas. We're going to throw down pylons here, pylons down here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to line the edges so that they can't easily drop on us. And down here. Okay, and then we'll get some shield batteries. Keep getting probes. Again, the sooner you can take these bases, the better. It's just kind of a nail biter. I'm gonna get that second forge.
Not enough minerals.
The shield upgrades will benefit Duran. Obviously, very good, very strong. Yep. See, here they come. Nah, dog. Let's get a shield battery, actually.
My life for ire.
We're spending all our money on defense, but it's because I'm kind of taking a big risk here and just saying, sure, let's take these outlying bases very early. All right. I'm hopeful that they're going to be focusing on my main area first. There's more units there, but less static defense. So hopefully that means that they'll go up there first.
Upgrade complete.
Or maybe these cannons are just totally worthless. I don't really know. We need a Templar archive, right, if we want to continue these upgrades.
Instructions.
We need all sorts of stuff, really. Here comes a pretty large... Whoa, lots of fire bats, actually. Luckily, they went for the cannon and not my zealots. That was a strange attack, but I'll take it. Maybe the idea here is the game is saying, like, hey, you should make carriers or primarily focus on air, specifically because there's a lot of fire bats and tanks. Again, I'm still trying to ascertain what the quote personality is of blue. It seems like they'd make a lot of tanks. We haven't seen many wraiths, just some pre-placed ones in Char Aleph, but Char Aleph was only one mission, so it's kind of hard to tell what the focus is. All right, we're going to start shields, and that's going to benefit Duran. And then I might make my Stargates down here, actually. And then we're going to need a fleet beacon also, just so we can look towards more carriers. I don't really need more gas. I'll get 2 more probes here. This is pretty well defended. This is defended enough such that I think they'll be deterred from coming here. If they decide to drop here, though, if they just try to decide to be like, we're going to doom drop it, there's nothing that's going to save it. So I'm not investing anything extra in this. This I would much rather keep. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get some Stargates here. Making production here may actually encourage them to attack this more vigorously, but I don't know. We'll see. We got cannons all along the ledges. So I'm playing this relatively safe. Like I'm going hard with taking these expansions early and defending them, which in a way it's making the mission go longer, but it might actually be faster only because we'll be able to afford more stuff. Let's get an observatory. I just realized we got a free observer. Getting these observers is actually really important at the beginning, and I'm just appreciative that they're there at all. Because some creators, they might not have those. Just a few cannons, not enough that deters them from attacking up these ramps. Because we want them coming here instead of our outlying bases. I don't know how well you can realistically manipulate the AI to do that, but, you know, I'm trying. Okay, these are done. I guess we'll make some scouts. No, actually, we'll get our... Did I start my fleet beacon? No, let's spend some money to get the fleet beacon. Get observer sight range, always a good option. And then we'll keep pumping out our upgrades. Again, I'm curious about +3. Haven't actually seen if that's an option or not. If I'm gonna take gas, I guess this, because it's closer, so we could, you know, fewer probes for a higher return. See, now that these... I don't know, the geyser might block the Nexus from being moved over a little bit, but whatever. I'm gonna make lots of Zealots. Zealots always quite good against Terran unless they have lots of Spider Mines or Fire Bats. We've seen a lot of pre-play Spider Mines, though. Seems like Spider Mine spam is gonna be a staple of this, this campaign when fighting Terran, unfortunately. Which means that's why we need lots of observers. Okay, so now we can start getting scouts and carriers, for that matter. Question, though. Nope. No carrier capacity. I suspected as much. I will get scout sight range. That really can't hurt. Now we're going to need gas, so let's go ahead and take these extra geysers. Duran, my man. The shuttle's here, too, just in case we need to evac him quickly. But he's pretty strong.
Upgrade complete.
All right. Oh, we can. Wow, we can get +3. I think I'm going to grab plasma shields early. It's going to benefit our carriers noticeably, and it will benefit Duran. And I don't know if I'm going to bring Duran with me on the attacks. It's just he's very, very strong, but a couple spider mines and he's dead. So I could just go pure air. With the amount of Goliaths on this map, I don't feel too confident doing that, but... Actually, I have nothing to base off of the amount of Goliaths on this map. I don't know why I would think there would be a lot of Goliaths. I have no reason to believe that there would be a lot of Goliaths. We saw some here, and that was it. So I don't know. There may or may not be Goliaths. It also seems like they're leaving my expansions alone because they noticed that this area is easier to attack. And as I mentioned several times why I think they're doing that. It's a good sign for me. Gas. Gas. Poor Duran. As long as he doesn't die, we're fine. Okay, and then I'm going to start ground armor level 2, air weapons level 2. We get extra observers because we're going to need them later. And then just start getting lots of zealots because we can afford them and we don't have much gas. So let's just get those out. And then I'll make a little pylon farm back here. I haven't even poked into the enemy base, so I don't know if it's going to be really hard or not. It might be a joke, and I'm going way overboard here. But like waiting for 3-3 on the ground is really strong. I don't know if I haven't clicked on any of their units to see if they have 3-3. These dragoons have been with us, I think, since the beginning. I may have made a few extras. Get another gateway back here. Wherever. Carrier has arrived. All right, more carriers. I like the idea of forcing the player to use carriers without the capacity upgrade, because in the base game you can only start using them when you can make the when you can get the capacity upgrade. So I actually think that's pretty cool, because they are not nearly as cost effective when you're forced to use them this way. I think that's really neat. I think that's a great decision. It's weird, though, because we can't make Reavers or High Templar, but we can make carriers, but they're shitty carriers, and you don't really realize how bad they are until you're forced to use them without the capacity upgrade. I mean, the capacity upgrade is relatively cheap considering what you get for it. It's very, very strong. And I think I'm going to go straight to Plasma Shields +3. I could probably start moving out in a direction. Don't know where. Dragoons and Dragoons. Probably down here we want to start clustering units. That's where the enemy attacks are going to come from.
You have not enough minerals.
Okay, we're getting some extra scouts, and I'm feeling pretty good. We're going to need more pylons soon. This is one where I'm probably overbuilding, but I'm safe to do so. The interesting thing, I look back to the Sky Falls or Hammer Falls map at the end of the Terran, or the end of the Zerg campaign of Alternate here. And I talked about, like, you know, you have to move out early and actually make some progress. If you wait too long and do what I was doing, like on this map, for example, you'd probably get wiped. So it's kind of interesting to look because it's just how I play as a player. If I'm able to sit here and do this, I will. So, like, why not? Why not? You know, why not take the risk and just... Let's wait for this attack, and then I'm going to go down to this area there and prep myself, because there's usually, in the base game, there's that big area with Dragoons that just sits there. So there's probably some sort of something built up there. How we doing? 2-2. Plasma shields level 3. It's very expensive, so if you have that money stockpiled, you might as well dump it. And then we can grab attack level 3.
Upgrade complete.
And I've mentioned this before, too. I wouldn't necessarily say, like, oh, this is so much harder than the base game. Like, in this specific instance, it's really not, and you have a really strong hero. What this is, though, it's different enough, and, like, the enemy attacks are very large. They're just, I wouldn't say they're any more frequent, per se, but they're custom-tailored, which I think makes it so much cooler, and they you know, it might be harder. It's kind of hard to say. Okay, so I'm going to auto-attack down here. So we're going to blast through this enemy attack wave. No tanks this time. Okay, and then we'll get +3 air weapons. And then we got these bad boys coming up to support us as well. So now I'm going to rally everything new all the way down here, including from the Stargates. Now, I think this is going to be basically a game of protect the carriers. So we're going to have observers follow different units here.
Instructions. Construct additional pylons.
And, like, somehow I've managed to, like, max myself out, which is pretty flippin' good. Okay, so carriers start moving, and we want to then run in there with the rest of our stuff.
Instructions.
I see a big blue blob. There are mines. Yeah, and see, that's where, like, unless we can somehow kill the mines before they get on top of us. So the carriers can provide a lot of DPS, but not as much as if they had the carrier capacity. So in this one, you actually have to protect your carriers. Because if you don't, then the enemy will get on top of them. And they can't kill units fast enough by themselves. I don't think, so. Yeah, I made a lot of zealots, and I don't regret it. I'm very pleased with the amount of zealots that I have here. So let's move up this ramp. We got to get in there. We need observers, too. Should I have brought Duran? I don't think it matters. Kill this, please. There you go. Okay, observers doing their thing. Let's bring everybody. And I have a lot of extra units queued up. You can see how much I lost just in this first wave because of the amount of tanks. This is why I think we needed lots of air units. Okay, back them up. Send some zealots up here to kill these random turrets. Hit the turrets. We haven't lost any carriers yet, from what I can tell. I feel like if I would have brought Duran, he would have gotten killed by... He would have definitely gotten killed by spider mines. Like, definitely gotten killed. Scouts and scouts, and then get those Dragoons and Zealots queued up. We have a shuttle here. We're going to send it. Wait, did it start me with a shuttle? Son of a bitch, I didn't see it. That's fine. It is what it is. Looks like we got some reinforcements coming down from the other area of the map. How are we doing on upgrades? Nice, we're 323. Man, these tank reinforcements are a pain in the ass. Oh my god, that was so silly. No! Spider mines, no! Oh my god. Just pre-placed turrets, you're killing me. Okay, and then we're gonna rally everybody up here. Like, you can see how little damage the carriers are really doing. They're not really providing that much DPS. We have to get rid of their ability to build tanks, though. That way our zealots can actually come in and support us. So I'm going to use the carriers now to actually individually kill these tanks. Probably should have done that a long time ago. Okay, and now we're actually moving into the meat of the base where we can actually get rid of their flippin' production. We should have more stuff rally back here. We'll keep it up. Send some scouts. We still have observers because there's probably more spider mines. Trying to be just a little careful with that. All right, carriers, your next job is to kill this flippin' factory. I know there's stuff in the upper right too, so we're gonna have to divert and kill that. But this is the main base, so once this goes down, it's no joke. It is a joke, I should say. It was no joke when we pushed up this ramp. If we would have killed the upper right first, there would have been a lot fewer reinforcements coming to help them. So that would be something. God damn it. I even had a moment there to react, and I just didn't do it. I think I just made too many scouts. Just totally worthless, this map. Could have just kept carriers queued up there, and it would have been fine. Alrighty. So this base is done. Yeah, I mean, I had a near max army, and still had a lot of trouble pushing up that ramp. I lost a lot of stuff to spider mines, admittedly. There were a lot of tanks, so we lost a lot of zealots just sort of running in there. And they had a lot of Goliaths. It definitely seems like blue is a ground-focused, almost, I would say almost mostly mech-focused, personalitied computer opponent. Sometimes I catch myself, I'm like, they're AIs. Like, they're not really AIs. Like, they don't self-learn, right? It's still all scripts. It's all scripted. But, you know, we just colloquially call them AIs. God, there are so many flippin' pre-placed,
Instructions.
so many flippin' pre-placed spider mines. That's, I guess, strap in, because that's going to be our thing here. Where are you, Mensk? Do you let your underlings always do your fighting for you? Fair enough, Templar. This area is where we will fight. I'll defeat you here easily. What is Mensk gonna do that's gonna outsmart Duran? Because obviously he can't hallucinate himself. Bring Duran to Arcturus's challenge alone. Arcturus 'ES.
The warriors have engaged the enemy.
Yeah, see? There's a thing up here. There's another fact. Yeah, destroying this would have been good. It's not a great expansion to take, but, you know, it's still pretty solid to get rid of.
You address me.
Oh my god. He was a fire bat? A phantom. A novel trick. Do you truly fear me so much as to turn tail and run? Reveal yourself, coward. Alright, I guess the triggering there needs a little spruced because I didn't even leave the shuttle before he spawned. Until you learn to stop being so utterly predictable, I have no reason to face you at all. Your arrogance is your worst enemy, Templar. It's so funny to see Mensk in this role. So he was still able to make a phantom, and he's a little fire bat. How cute! All right, interesting. This one was challenging with the actual attack. The build-up section went fine. I mean, I tried to play it very safe by making, you know, rings of cannons. Not too many cannons, but enough to maybe say, hey, consider attacking the less static defended base into my army. And I think it all kind of worked out that way. So it really depends on the map and the map layout on how the AI might work with where it decides to send its attacks, like what town areas it decides to attack. Some of it might be hard-coded by UED. Some of it might just be left up to the built-in game. So it's really like, how can you, in a way, abuse that? Where if you put up, you don't need to build enough cannons to say if they came here with a full attack, we would hold out. It's more just sort of, just very tacitly deterring them and nudging them to go a different way. And it worked out perfectly here, I'd say. All right, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.